Welcome to the Erica Russo Show, where we dive deep into the realms of personal development, spirituality, and the power of the mind. Join us on a transformative journey as we explore the art of manifesting the life you truly desire, all while listening to your intuition. Join host Erica Russo, intuitive life and business mentor and best-selling author each week, as we'll embark on a quest to uncover the secrets of manifesting abundance, nurturing a resilient mindset, and tapping into the spiritual dimensions that shape our reality. Each episode, we'll bring you insightful discussions, practical techniques, and inspiring stories from experts and seekers alike. Whether you're seeking clarity in your spiritual journey, striving to shift your mindset, or eager to unlock your full potential, this podcast is your guiding light.
To the Erica Russo Show. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I am beyond excited that the universe led you here today. And if you are an OG, if you continue to come back, if you continue to press play, if you continue to lean into your own intuition, hug your inner child, do the motherfucking work, shine your light, all of the above, I love you. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for just being here throughout this crazy ass journey of podcasting. It is really insane to me that I have been podcasting for 6 years now. It still continues to boggle my mind, and I still always just find myself coming back to here to just talk, to just get everything that's going on in my head out into the world, share my perspective. And I'm just so grateful for this space because, again, this has been such a enlightening journey for me and for my own personal growth and for my own personal healing. And again, it's just like throughout this whole crazy entrepreneurship journey, I always end up coming back here. I always end up like, this is the OG. This is where I started. This is where I got outside of my own comfort zone and just started talking about the things that I was passionate about and the things that I was seeing in the world and the things that have helped me on my journey. So it's just, podcasting is always going to have such a big piece of me, and I can't see myself ever just like completely stopping podcasting. I might take breaks from here and there, but when it comes down to it, it's the thing that I always come back to. So, thank you for being here throughout the journey. I really do appreciate it. If this podcast has been helping you, if it helps you lean into your own intuition, if it's giving you clarity, if it's giving you those aha moments, I would be eternally grateful if you can head on over to iTunes or Spotify and leave a review. Those reviews allow this podcast to get to more ears. And now more than ever, the conversations that I plan on having on this podcast definitely will be resonating with a lot of you. So if you can go ahead and if you feel inclined to share this podcast or leave a review, make sure you send a screenshot of that review to me at Erica W. Russo on Instagram. And I would love to send you a free gift for taking that time out to support this podcast. So now that that is all said and done, let's talk, man. Let's talk. First and foremost, again, I started this journey and creating content online as well as this podcast back in 2018. And I have done a really good job staying out of, I would say, controversial topics. I never really touched on celebrity culture. I never really touched on politics. Always just wanted to keep my side of the street clean and share what has helped me and, the insight and the wisdom that I feel like I need to share with the world. And that's just kind of where I've been. But now more than ever, I really feel like the universe, my guides, my deities, I really feel like I'm being nudged in this direction. Like I feel like I'm being nudged to the end of a cliff where I'm like, are you going to jump? Are you going to start talking about these topics that might be a little, I don't know. off brand or just things that I just never wanted to do it. I just never wanted to go there. But now, again, now more than ever, this fucking world is a shit show. And it's like the pink elephant in the room at this point in time, and I just feel like I need to talk about it for the simple fact that it's like, holy shit, if I don't talk about this kind of stuff, I feel like it's like bypassing to some degree. And I'm just, let's just fucking do it, man. Like, what do I have to lose, right? So, we're talking about the Grammys, we're talking about Glamour Magic, and we are talking about the inevitable fall of Hollywood elite. And I am 100% here for it, and I hope that you guys are too. So, before we even start, okay, let's talk about Glamour Magic for a hot second. Okay, what is Glamour Magic? Now, I need to preface this by saying that all forms of magic, whether it be protection magic, whether it be hexing, whether it be any sort of magic, it is a form of manipulation. Okay, but we're going to specifically talk about glamour magic so you have a better understanding of how it works. Now, glamour magic is a form of manipulation magic in order to change the way people perceive you. Okay, let me state that again. Glamour magic is a form of manipulation magic in order to change the way people perceive you. So, the most undeniable form of glamour magic is makeup, right? We use makeup to enhance our features. We use makeup to create an illusion, so to speak, that we have bigger lips, or we have brighter eyes, or we have more a better facial structure than what we actually do. Okay, and many of us who are listening right now obviously put on makeup. So in many cases, we are already using glamour magic. We are just not aware that we are using glamour magic. Now, when I'm just gonna say it, okay? Every single celebrity, the ones that are on social media, the ones that are in the media, the ones that are so out there, they're all using glamour magic. They are all using intentional glamour magic. Okay. And when I talk about intentional magic, because again, we are all in a way, if you're putting on makeup, if you're doing some sort of skincare routine, you are doing a form of glamour magic. You're just not really intentionally pushing it out. Now, you can enchant your makeup, you can enchant your perfume, you can do other spells, you can do candle magic. There's so many different forms of spell work that you can do to just incredibly enhance what you are already doing. Okay, with that being said, so every single person that walks the red carpet is doing some form of glamour magic, whether it be a ritual, whether it be enchanting their makeup, enchanting their perfume. They are creating an illusion. Okay. And it's very interesting to me because for the past, I would say 2 years, I have noticed that when I look at somebody on the red carpet, it is very noticeable for me, because I practice glamour magic, that I notice when the glamour magic, their spell is running out. Okay, their skin isn't as lustrous, their body energy isn't as, powerful. You can really kind of tell. And I invite you to do this, okay? Take a look at a couple of photos of stars on the carpet, and you can quite literally see when they just casted a spell and when that glamour magic is running out. Okay, it's becoming more and more blatantly obvious. And why is that? Because first and foremost, the veil is thinner. Okay, and with Pluto in Aquarius right now for the next 18 or so years, the illusions and the stories that we have been told to believe are just coming to an end. Okay, Pluto is the planet of transformation, of truth, of upheaval, of calling it like it is. And Aquarius is all about truth. It's all about the people. It's all about really honest integrity. And with these two power forces right now tangoing together, the veil is thinning. We are seeing things for what they actually are and not the actual illusion of what people want us to look at. And it's just, I'm just like, we've known for a while how disgusting Hollywood is. Okay. We've known probably all our lives to some degree that it's, a bunch of elitists, it's a bunch of narcissists, it's a bunch of people with, massive egos, with a bunch of, behind the scenes handshakes and everything along those lines. But I truly believe that now that we, the people, us as individuals, are becoming more aware, we are educating ourselves, the veil is being lifted, and we're able to really tune in to what the truth actually is, we're beginning to see the Hollywood elite as the hot messes that they actually are. Because again, everything's coming to a head. We're becoming smarter. We're becoming stronger. We're becoming more intuitive. We are finally, for the first time in a very long time, able to discern and able to see things for what they are and not listen to what people want us to believe. Okay? Energy doesn't lie. So with that being said, let's talk about the Grammys, because I didn't even watch this show, okay? I didn't even watch this show, but the snippets that I saw come on my social media the day after, I felt like it was like I was watching Weekend at Bernie's. I felt like I was quite literally watching The Hangover, like the morning after, where you wake up and there's a fucking lion laying there and like and the midget and everything like that. It just looked like a hot mess express. And I knew that if I was seeing the display that took place at the Grammys the way I'm seeing it, I know that everyone listening, because we're intuitive and because we see things for what they actually are, it's like I needed to do this episode, because I was like, what did I just witness? Right? And again, they're like 10-second snippets, 15-second snippets, and it was quite literally, I was sitting there and I felt like I was watching like a Clue, like what characters were playing what. It was just like absolutely hysterical. I mean, we had Kanye West and his naked wife. We had Taylor Swift completely inebriated at 35 years old, just quite literally embodying the drunk aunt at the wedding. We had the whole Shabbat, like the whole Beyonce thing, winning album of the year a year after her husband essentially had a bitch fit because she hasn't won album of the year. And I'm just like, this is insane. Like, this is so much more toxic and so much more fucking disgusting than I think we ever thought it was. Okay? It's so bad. I just think that oh my God. It's really good. It's really bad, guys. It's really bad. And a couple months ago, when I started to dive into what's happening in 2025, because again, we've been talking about this year for a really, really, really long time. Okay. Astrologers, or historians, I should say, psychics, like we have been prepping for 2025 for a very long time. So when I began to ask the universe and when I began to ask the Light Council, what is actually going to happen? Like, how do I need to brace myself, right? Do I need to duck tape myself to a fucking tree, or do I just need to put on a seatbelt, right? And essentially the first thing that came up was, they said the first thing that was going to go was the decline of Hollywood. And sure than shit, Like we literally see it happening. And I was shocked because I had this hit, I had this premonition come in July. Like that's when I started really sitting with it. And they said, you know, this was even before the "it ends with us" thing. They said the first thing was like it was going to crumble. Now, I do want to say this. I truly believe that there are good people in Hollywood, but they are very far and few between. I do believe that there are actors and actresses and producers and directors and everybody who works behind the scenes. I do feel like there are some good eggs. I really do. But again, I think that that is very far and few between. I think the people that are at the top are conniving. I think that they're manipulative. I think that they live off of greed. I think that they live off of ego. I think that they like the pats on the back. And this is going to change, okay? Is it going to change overnight? No, it's not going to change overnight. But I promise you that I believe within 15 years, Hollywood's going to look a lot different. Okay, Hollywood is going to be a much different atmosphere. And I do see a rise of a lot of humanitarian efforts when it comes to well known people that they know that they have entitlement, they know that they have a lot of money. I see a lot more humbled stars, so to speak, reaching out, doing work in Africa, doing work in low income areas of the United States. I think we're going to start seeing that probably around March or May. So I'm very interested to see what stars are going to start doing that. Now, I also believe that they're not going to do it for publicity. Okay, if they are caught helping at food shelters or homeless shelters, I do feel like it's going to be caught on a cell phone and not necessarily like paparazzi, because they're just doing it out of the love in their heart and the compassion that they have for the world. So we'll see what happens. I do feel like early May. So we'll see. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, we were talking about the shit show of Hollywood. I'm just like, I don't know. I was just like, the morning after when I like saw it like all come on my feed, I was just like, this is like, I've been to a lot of hot messes, but this is a hot mess. Like what is going on? And I mean, I just want to put a friendly reminder out to everyone that Jay-Z was accused of rape to a child, which all of a sudden got, hidden from the media, just like everything with fucking Taylor Swift. Oh, and that's another thing. I feel like I need to have another conversation with that for the simple fact that I have my own personal, I look at the truth. Okay, I look at people's actions, I look at timelines, I look at history. So I'm going to link a podcast episode from Candace Owens where she brought forth a lot of evidence that clearly states that Taylor Swift is just not the Pollyanna that she puts herself out there to be. So definitely be sure to watch that episode of Candace Owens, because her hands are just as dirty as Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So just watch that episode. But it's funny because it's really not being picked up by the media because, again, Taylor Swift's publicist, Tree Payne, is a fucking beast, and she is known to just, she can get anything done and she can hide anything. So we'll see how this pans out. But again, I am just like, holy shit. Holy shit, this is wild. And then I also find it very interesting that, Jay-Z has Rock Nation. Now, if you guys don't know, Rock Nation has a contract with the NFL where Jay-Z is the person that chooses the Super Bowl halftime performer since 2019. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar will be the Super Bowl halftime performer this year. And it's very interesting that after last year, after Jay-Z essentially had a hissy fit that Beyonce hasn't won Album of the Year, Kendrick Lamar also was a big winner at the Grammys as well, which obviously under the whole Jay-Z umbrella. Just needed to say that, just needed to say this. Hollywood is disgusting. I can't wait to watch this crumble. Like, this is just insane. This is just absolutely insane. And it's funny, I just, oh my God, this is insane, guys. This is absolutely nuts. And it's just such I can't even get the words out because this is such a beautiful example between the It Ends With Us drama, and the Grammys and everything just coming to a head. This is Pluto in Aquarius energy. And I wasn't the only one that was like, that had the same like visceral reaction when I started to see the footage from from the Grammys. Like I posted about it on Instagram and everyone was just like, at what is going on? It just looks like a hot mess. And let's see what happens at the Super Bowl when the Chiefs win, because that's also rigged. So yeah, this has been a great conversation. I'm going to talk more about this because, again, like I said, I have tried to keep my side of the street clean for so many years, and I've done a really good job at just minding my business when it comes to politics and this kind of stuff. And it's just, again, it's to the point where it's a pink elephant in the room. And if I don't talk about it and the way I am perceiving it, so, because again, guys, you're probably seeing it. You're probably listening to this podcast right now for the simple fact that you had the same reaction that I did when I saw these snippets of the shit show of the Grammys. You know, we're seeing things for what they truly are. We are seeing the truth. God is putting the truth right in front of us. And it is up to us to lean into faith and to believe what we are seeing. What is truth? Okay? That's what we are meant to be doing right now. Okay? And another thing is a lot of people on social media, I get a lot of questions where it's like, well, when is this happening? Because I talk about it. I'm talking about 2025 and how we are in a 9-year and how this is the year of the snake and how we have some of the most intense astrological transits happening in the coming months. And I have a lot of people in the comment section being like, well, when is all of this going to happen? When is all this going to happen? Are you fucking serious, man? Hollywood is burning down. We've had how many airplane crashes? We've had this whole It Ends With Us drama. We've had the assassination of the United Healthcare CEO. You don't think it's happening right now? Take a look around, bro. Take a look around. Take the rose-colored glasses off. When is this happening? It's happening now. It's happening now. We are in it. We are in it right now. Watch and learn, okay? Don't be a smartass because it's all you have to do is go on social media. All you have to do is put on a news channel and you are quite literally seeing Pluto in Aquarius doing Pluto in Aquarius things. You are seeing the changing of the world. You are seeing evolution. You are seeing transformation right now. Right now. So don't be like, when are we going to, there's so many smartasses. There's so many keyboard gangsters on the internet where it's like, well, when is this war going to, prepare? We are in a war right now. We are in a spiritual warfare right now. It is good versus evil, and we are seeing it play out right in front of us. Enjoy the fucking show. Enjoy the show. We are in it. And it's up to us to navigate it. It is up to us to trust our instincts. It is up to us to have unconditional, unwavering faith, because this is an absolute shit show. I didn't expect for January 2025 to be an equivalent of 3 years. So I'm just like, what is going to happen for the next 11? What is going to happen for the next 11? All we can do is ground it out. All we can do is just watch, sit back and watch. Okay. The best thing that I can tell you right now is if you are like me and it's like you're just so bombarded with toxicity and you're so bombarded with all of this disgusting shit that's happening on social media, on the news, and everything like that, is you got to ground. Okay. You got to clear your energy, take some sea salt baths. You got to go back to the basics. Okay. Grounding, clearing, and protecting. Okay. Ground, clear, protect. Ground, clear, protect. Okay. Sea salt baths are going to be your best friend, especially if you are an empath, if you're a highly sensitive person, and all of this fucking bullshit that we're seeing on social media and on the news is affecting you and you're feeling gross about it. Take a sea salt bath. Don't take a shower afterwards. Let the sea salt kind of penetrate the pores and do what it's meant to do. Ground your energy. I know that if you are living in the Northeast like I am, it is really hard to ground right now, but grab some grounding sheets, go hug a tree, go be outside as much as you possibly can. It's always going back to the basics. And when it comes to protection, envision a golden bubble around you. Like just do it. Okay? Go back to the basics, go back to the foundations. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And we can talk about this. You know, one of the biggest things is, for me personally, again, like I said, I know that I like people think that I have, I say it like it is, and I do. But again, when it comes to like this kind of stuff, I never wanted to touch it, but I'm really being like, I just don't fucking care anymore. I don't care anymore. Okay. Like I'm just going to talk about it because this is like, how can you not talk about it? How can you not talk about it? This is fucking nuts. This is bananas. This is absolutely bananas. So just sit back and watch. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Be sure to get on my email list so you can stay up to date with any new podcast episodes that come out. This is going to be a wild ride, guys. I'm here for it. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast because, again, this is where I'm going to go. If I have any updates, if I want to share about something, if I want to have a conversation about something that's going on in the world. So be sure to subscribe. And yeah, hang on tight because I aged 3 years in 31 days in 2025. So yeah, I'm sure you did too. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you around the internet.